All right, guys. Now that we have done the know how to do the builds, now we know how to get people on appointments with the Dream 100 approach. Now, how do we sell automation without sounding like a nerd, which happens to me, or a snake oil salesman? So, this is going to be how to diagnose, quantify, and close without feeling pushy. So, in this module, you'll learn how to uncover real pain points from users, align on outcomes, and sell systems without sounding like you're peddling tech. These techniques will help you build trust and close high ticket deals, even if you're just getting started. So, the number one beginner mistakes I see is the wrong approach, where people just be like, hey, want to call agent? Hey, want to call agent? And no one does. It's you're leading with the tools and solutions before understanding the problem that creates resistance. And what that means is you're not understanding their problem, so they don't feel heard. So clients feel like they're being sold to rather than helped. And the right approach is something like, hey, how do you handle your no-shows today? So start by diagnosing what problems they have and then their processes, which build trust and positions you as a consultant rather than a vendor. This approach creates a natural demand for your solution. That's what we want, guys. So don't sell a tool, please. Bookchain is a cool tool. Don't just sell it. Diagnose their problems first. The most common mistake new automation consultants make is skipping discovery. This is the biggest thing you can't be doing. And just recommending specific tools like Make, Zapier, Anata, and whatever before they understand what's breaking and what matters to the client. They don't understand any of this stuff. You do. So use your intelligence and approach it that way. So let me show you this. This is the Rev versus Lev framework. And every automation solution you propose must solve for one of two fundamental business needs, either increasing their revenue or creating leverage. If it doesn't do either, it's simply not worth pursuing. So, what does increasing revenue mean? Can you generate more sales? With AI sales agents and instant response systems? Yes. Can you capture misleads? Yes. Can you improve conversion rates? With Booked in AI, the agents? Yes. Reduce customer churn. This is not that much. Can you enable upsell opportunities? Yes. See, we're hitting so many checkpoints. And then in terms of leverage, we want to make sure we have at least one of these when you're pitching. Okay. Does it save significant time? Yes. Does it reduce costly errors? Kinda. It does free up team bandwidth. It does eliminate repetitive tasks, and you can scale operations without adding headcount. These agents that I'm showing you guys how to build do most of all of these. And what business does not want to do that, right? Okay, so when diagnosing a client's needs, always classify their pain points into one of these categories. Like if you're a doctor, this is their problem. This is what they want to do. Okay? Ensure your solutions deliver meaningful business impact. That's all we're trying to do, guys. Again, sales is like a diagnosis, not persuasion. Okay? People are normally like snake oil salesmen when they're trying to persuade or try to like follow random scripts. And how you diagnose is by just asking the right questions, which is, where are you spending the most amount of your time now? What happens if this issue continues for another year? What does your team keep focusing or forgetting or missing? Which is probably going to be follow-up. Where the client's prospect slips through the cracks. Also, again, most likely it's follow-up. These questions are going to help you dig into the symptoms and connect them to the real business problems. And your job is to listen deeply and resist the urge to jump onto your solutions. This is the biggest thing. People just jump. They say, blah, blah, blah. I can do X, Y, Z. Doesn't matter. Let the client arrive to that solution. Your goal is just to understand the full scope of their challenges before recommending anything. Okay? Now, what we want to do is we want to take that frustrations after we diagnose it and turn it into dollars. We want to quantify that pain. So, what does that mean? If they're spending time on manual follow-ups 5 times a week, and your hourly rate is $50 an hour, cost of an employee's time, let's say, how much money is that costing you? Boom. That's how you frame stuff. And always frame automation benefits in terms of time saved or money. If you can help client recover $13,000 in productivity, charging $25, $100 for your solution feels like a bargain rather than an expense. But the hard part is how to frame that properly, right? You have to frame that properly to your client. And this, I love this question. If I were a wizard and I could fix your biggest problem right now, what would it be and why? Then, after you ask that question, you dig deep. You say, why is that a problem? Dig deep into understanding the root cause. What happens if it's not fixed? Create the urgency. What would change if it was? Help them visualize if they had something that kept doing all the follow-up over time. How much time and money is that saved? These are powerful questions, guys. Once you've surfaced some of the pain, you can truly deliver what matters and what they want. Everybody's happy. It helps clients articulate their ideal outcome and get past these symptoms that are the root cause of their challenge. Then, to show added proof, because I love proof, guys, you show a tangible example, make it visual. This is a flow I built for another customers in your industry. And then you show how you'd customize something to handle your specific lead capture process, right? You can literally just use my video if you want. Automations are intangible, guys. It feels abstract to most people. That's why we want to use these visuals to create certainty about what they're buying and build momentum in sales, so they can actually feel what you're selling to them, which also demonstrates your expertise and past success. Remember, anonymize any client-specific information when sharing examples, okay? Okay. Then you ask them to walk through their chaos. Get them to share your screen. This is the best thing you can do, because when clients, sometimes they don't even know about the bottlenecks of their business. Like, there's this thing about the theory of constraints, and people don't even know about their bottlenecks, where if you can screen share and get them to walk you through, they themselves can be like, oh my God, why is this happening? Sorry, I got carried away. This approach is gold because you can see the broken process firsthand, and you know what to recommend and what to start with. And you start with what you know and the easy builds that you've been doing. So you'll identify the pain points that they didn't even mention. That's a really cool part of it. Remember, you're not selling automation. You're selling clarity and outcomes. So the first call, it's all about discovery. So you want to qualify and surface the pain points. So you ask the questions I told you about. You apply the framework to diagnose with them with the problem. Then you use the wizard questions. And if they have an actual problem, propose a second call if needed. Each call serves to build more trust and more competence. So there you dive into their process. You screen share. You document their workflows. You identify any automation opportunities. Demo similar solutions you've built. Okay? Then you quantify the ROI of what you're going to do that you built from here. And then you present your offer. And then you close. Boom. Okay. And remember, don't rush the close, guys. You don't need it in the first 30 minutes. All you want to do is take your time, build trust, create strong client relationships, because ideally you want to be working with these guys for a long amount of time. And this helps. You building the relationship really helps. Remember these principles, okay? Diagnose the problem before prescribing. Quantify the cost of doing nothing. Very important. And use visuals to make it real. Always prioritize building trust over making a quick sale. So with that, if you can do all of this stuff, you can sell automations without sounding like a nerd or a snake